Today is my 57th video on breakfast, lunch, and dinner cooking, and we are going to be making homemade brownies. So here we go. Okay, first of all, we're going to take our shortening. You want to cream that together with the eggs and the sugar. So we're going to use 4 eggs. Without the shell. Oh my goodness, I did get a shell. I'm going to a retirement party today, and I thought, what a nice thing to bring. Some nice walnut brownies. Okay, and now I'm going to add the sugar. That was 3/4 cup shortening with, now we're going to add 2 cups of sugar. And we're going to add a teaspoon of powder, baking powder. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, I got just about a teaspoon in there. And a teaspoon of salt. Maybe a little bit more. And now we're going to cream that together. Unlike my cookies I made for you guys, my oatmeal cookies, I forgot that you got to cream this stuff together. So, doing a little better today. These are nice homemade brownies. They're going to be a lot more to them than a box mix. That should be good. Then we're going to add 1/3 cup of cocoa. I added a little extra fat in there because of the cocoa. And then add 1.25 cups of flour. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350. I'm going to mix that in. Now I got it splashing all over. You don't add any liquid to this, just the eggs and the fat. I think I'm going to go to this spoon. I haven't made homemade brownies in a long, long time. I usually just buy the box, but all right. Add just a little tiny bit more cocoa to that. The recipe called for the cubes of chocolate. And when you don't have that, you just add the powder with a little bit of extra fat. That looks better. I'm going to taste it. Tastes great. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a cup of nuts. And I learned this trick off of a lady in Turkey. It's called Country Vlog. And she did her walnuts this way. And I thought it was such a cool way to do it because you don't want them really big. It calls for a cup of walnuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like she always did. And I'm just going to crunch them with the rolling pin. They're not so big. I thought that was kind of a cool way to do it. These are kind of dark. It tastes good though. And I did smell my cutting board to make sure it didn't smell like onions or garlic, because you do not want that. This doesn't really make them chopped, it just breaks them up so they're not so big. I think that's good. Put those in there. And I buttered my pan. Add the walnuts. This calls for a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. I got this pan at a garage sale a long time ago. And this lady's name was in it. It was like Grumbacher or something. Yeah, I don't see it anymore, but I always thought that was cool that I had her pan. These old pans are made nice and thick, you know. All right. Oh, that tastes good. I'm going to spread that out. These are going to be a nice thick brownie. You won't have to fight to get anything out of the box. It'll be nice and thick. I always make like the center of my cakes or anything. I kind of try to make them a little thinner in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. I'm going to put this in for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to show you how I frost it. So I will be back in 30 minutes. And I'll show you how easy it is to frost. I use chocolate chips. So I'll be back. Okay, they're coming out of the oven. Look at those beautiful, beautiful brownies. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to show you how to frost them. Take a bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips. See how the brownies are pulled away from the sides? That's how you know they're done. And this is how you frost them. You put the chocolate chips on them. And you let them set for a minute. And as they melt, they melt, then you just smear it on. And I wanted to tell you, I added probably a half a cup of cocoa. And yeah, they're gonna be really yummy. And as soon as these melt enough, I'll come right back. 2 seconds. I think they're just about done. If you look, you can see how they get kind of wet looking. That's what you're looking for. And then you just smear the chocolate chips across like so. Make sure you get them all. Kind of go back and forth one way or another so that you get all the edges. And there you go. Look at those beautiful brownies. I'm going to put one more little part over here. Okay, I am going to cut a little piece for you just so you can see what they look like. Normally I would wait for it to cool a little bit, but I got to show you how beautiful these are. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work, guys. Anyway, I tried. I'm going to let them cool down for the party. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my homemade brownie recipe. Remember, there's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. And love the Lord with all your heart. I know.